Dave, it hadn't gone great for you guys for about 15, 16 innings today, and then you break through there at the end. I wonder how happy you were with the resiliency the team showed.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like last night's game. We just, we stayed in the lead last night, gave it up, and stayed strong and won the game. And then again today, they took it to us early, and they took advantage of some walks and got us in game one today. But in game two, we found ourselves down 3 runs, after the second inning, and their starter, I mean, if you look at his numbers, they're better than the first 2 guys, and they were really good. Their staff is really good. Their 3 starters were pretty much amazing all weekend, and so it wasn't looking good for us. And then we scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third, and we kind of gave them 2 runs in the second. We should have turned a double play, rushed it, and didn't have to, but they gave them back to us with a couple of with a wild pitch, pass ball, a couple of them, and it was a little rough, getting those 2 runs taken off the board. We didn't think the ball went out of the park, but we thought we'd have a runner at second and 1 in. But fortunately, we did get those runs in, and then we just kind of hung in there, and we couldn't quite get that big hit, and then Ryder got it, tied the game up, and But I was really, I told the guys a minute ago that I was just, really proud of them for hanging in there. We kind of just outlasted them.
You said you thought it was coming with Nolan Souza and his bat, and he showed really well the last couple of days. And then, Pompey, he followed up that home run today or yesterday with a really nice day today. What do you think about what they gave you there at the bottom?
Both of those guys were really good. I mean, you just need every part of the order to be good, and our last 3 hitters were better than their last 3. Our guys did some damage and drove in runs and got on base, and just did some things. And they both played good defense, and they brought a lot to the game. Plus they can run. They're a threat to steal a base, and when you just can't rely on home runs to win all the time. I mean, Cam hit a ball today that would have gone would have been off the middle of the scoreboard on a normal day. It was really hit hard, and it was backspun, and ended up getting caught running back in on it. And I think he might have hit another one. There was probably 3 balls we hit today. Diaz, or not Diaz, but Damian that's out every day. I mean, that's like when it left the bat, I thought it's going to go. And then the wind just slowly got it. But, there was at least 3 or 4 on our side that didn't go. So you got to be able to manufacture, you got to steal a base, and we had to do that, and we did it in the 8th and took advantage of some things and got a couple of big hits. They kicked the ball, and obviously we won the series.
Because we hadn't seen Landon Schaefer yet, I thought he might be redshirting. What was the idea going to him there in that situation?
Well, just the whole situation where we were, who are we going to run if we need another runner, who are we going to put in right field. And we talked to Landon, I'd say Coach Thompson talked to him maybe at least a week ago about, things are starting to click up for him and trend up. It looked like us with batting practice, just everything. And that we were going to need him. Just the way the games were going, we needed another runner, we needed another athlete. And, so that's what's up.
You said before the series you thought Mississippi State was the best team in the SEC. You beat them twice. What does it say about your team?
Well, I didn't think they would, and I think our guys would tell you this, we didn't play great. Give them credit. That's probably why we didn't play great. They pitched us really well. We made a couple of mistakes. I still think they're a really good team. They're a really talented team, and they're starting 3 pitchers. They just keep coming at you. And they throw a lot of strikes. They make you earn it. Like when they got us in the first game today, when we walked them, they got us. And when they gave us some free passes in that second game, we got them a little bit.
How would you evaluate the starters today, Dietz and Fisher?
Well, Dietz's stuff was really good. He just, there were some calls that were tight. He didn't get them. He got a little frustrated. Then they got a hit or 2, and I still know how good he is and how good he's going to be. It's just one of those days. Give Mississippi State credit. They did a good job against him. And then I thought Fisher was really good. They loaded up. Once they got past the 4-hole hitter, they loaded up all them right-handed hitters, and they're like specialists against those lefties. And they did a good job, and they hit him pretty good. They used the whole field. But, he battled through it, got a couple big outs, and like I said, there in the second inning, he got a perfect double play ball, and we don't turn it, and we got to turn that play. But I thought both of our starters did a good job. You know, it doesn't really probably look like it in Game 1 today. Stuff was pretty good. He still gave us a couple more innings and allowed us to save maybe a pitcher or two. And I think that's what it kind of came down to at the end. I think our bullpen was a little bit longer than theirs was today.
Valinkas in the first game for them, what did he do well?
Say what now?
Valinkas, their left-hander, what did he do well in that first game?
Well, you look at his numbers, they're just really good. He throws a carry fastball and a good changeup and curveball and competes really well. He keeps the ball away from you. Then he can bust you in. You know, we had like 1 or 2 shots at him. We didn't get him. And then we got behind, kind of pressed a little bit. It's hard to come back off pitchers that don't throw a lot of balls when the wind's blowing in. The only way you can come back is usually when you're down 3 or 4 or 5 runs is, you know, maybe a walk or 2 hit batter. You got to get some free passes in there, and you got to hit a home run, and you can cut into that lead. And he didn't give us a chance to do that.
You mentioned your bullpen. I would think that you've got to be really happy with just the consistency that they've given you here on the weekend the last several weeks.
Yeah, I really like our bullpen a lot. I mean, just like yesterday, you know, we could have gone with Gackle another inning or 2, but we just thought it was time to go to Gibbler, you know, and let him face some lefties. And he came in and did a great job for us. So, yeah, when we just played 3 games in maybe 25, 26 hours, and we used a lot of pitchers, but for the most part, they all did a really nice job.
When a team wins the first game of a doubleheader like they did today, I mean, I know pitching can maybe reset things in the second game, but momentum-wise, what does that do to a doubleheader?
Well, if you win the first game of the doubleheader, you know, it probably gives you a chance to relax just a little bit and play a little freer. And you hope that the guys will do it. But I think they really played free. When they got a 3-run lead, they were feeling pretty good over there. I can just tell you that. It was pretty loud in their dugout, and they were feeling good. And then, you know, they kind of gave us a couple back and got a little tense. I mean, they didn't score a run after second inning in this game, and our pitching staff did a tremendous job.
Ryder Helfrich looked like he was swinging the bat really well for you today.
He did. He had a really good day. Hits the balls hard. Just missed a couple. His last time he hit it off the end of the bat. The bat before, I think he flew deep, and I think he hit a ball off the wall today. And yeah, it's really good to see. We need him. We need him right in the middle there, and he can run a little bit, and he can bunt, and he can also hit homers. So it's a good spot for him.
You had to play a lot of games this weekend, but is it good for the team to get an extra day now before you've got that double midweek coming up?
Oh yeah, I think it is. You know, if we, you know, now that we got out of here 2-1, they get a little extra day off tomorrow, kind of get them rolling a little bit on Monday, and then we play. You know, it's going to be bad weather on Monday, it looks like, and tomorrow cold on Monday, and then it's supposed to be good enough to play on Tuesday. I think it's supposed to be in the 50s, and then we'll play again Wednesday, and then we'll get out of town.
I want to ask you one more. Steele Eve, seems like a lot of times he'll come in, he'll have a base runner, might hit a guy, might give up a couple hits, but then he settles in. And what does it say about him that he's able to bounce back from those struggles that he can have?
Yeah, he knows how to work out of some trouble, and you know the good ones do. And he's one of those. His stuff is really good today. I mean, his fastball, you know, the time of night he was throwing to, it's kind of maybe a little difficult to see. It wasn't quite dark yet. And he was filling up the zone with all his pitches of fastball, in and out, both sides of the plate. He'd throw that breaking ball in there, and he'll compete. He's not scared, he's not back down. And I'll tell you what, he's got a good pickoff move. He kind of shuts that running game down a little bit.
I do have one more. Pompey, at his defensive play at third base, looked like he may have saved you some runs today.
He did. He made a diving play. There were 2 outs, I think, when he made it. When the ball left the bat from my angle, I thought it was going to get by him. Man, he's athletic now. He's explosive, and he took a jab and a dive, and he got it, bounced to his feet, and then the ball that was hit off the end of the bat, the left-handed hitter, with the runner at first and second, I think, it was only hit like 78, 80 miles an hour, but it, you know. It's almost like it fooled him, jumped a little bit earlier, but he kind of gave us some Michael Jordan there, and he just kind of hung there. It was beautiful. Athlete.